Welcome to the Backyard Professor Live. I am wearing my Marvel Comics t-shirt for a reason. Avengers, assemble. Let's get this show on the road. Welcome to the Backyard Professor Live tonight. I am doing solo el singular, all by my lonesome tonight. So we have a wonderful treat for you tonight. At least I do. And I'm not even kidding. I'm gonna rock and roll tonight. First off, I have a boatload of announcements. So thank you for listening. That's it for the announcements. So, happy Father's Day is the main announcement to all you dads out there with your screaming kids, with your glorious kids, with your wonderful kids, with your miserable kids, with your missing kids, with your found kids, with your kids' kids, etc. Hope everyone's having a good Father's Day. Oh, my computer's saying updates are available, and heck no, I do not want to update. So, what I've decided to do tonight, I've been sharing with a few of you a little bit of my progress on this Superheroes poster that so many of you have been encouraging me to do and have been giving me wonderful comments and great ideas. And I am, and I left my list upstairs. Oh, never mind. It's okay. I keep adding to this list. This is going to be mammoth. I'm hoping to be done by Thanksgiving. Now, my wife thinks I'm making a mistake giving you a sneak peek. I'm going to share some of my fantasy art with you as well tonight. I'm going to show you some of my caricatures of the brethren, and I'm going to do much more of them. They are way too photogenic not to do, and several of you. So I'm going to need really good pictures of you. Send it to me either on a message or in my email and get me the best pictures of you there can be. And I will show you tonight. Now, some of you have seen some of these, but I have new ones that absolutely none of you have seen that I will show you tonight. I'm very excited for these. And no, I mean, that includes Steve Binecker. I know some of you have seen Steve's, and he has too, but I mean, I have new ones besides him as well. So this is going to be a wonderful, fun, interesting show. Let's say hi to everybody. Oh, my wife just brought me thank you. You are a legend. Behind every good man is a much better woman, and she's not behind me right now. She's over to the side of me, but it's all good. So there's my checklist for that. So here is what we've got. Let's do the rundown, and I will show you while I'm talking. I'm going to go ahead and show you one of the main ones. Let's say hi to everybody. Patty Cake, Lee Mortensen. I saw Radio Free Mormon, my man, Doug, Vincent, Landon, Brody, Heidi, Brophy, sorry, Brody, Brophy, it's all the same. Oh, no, I'm kidding, bud. Careful, I might make you the Hulk and then you'll pound the snot out of me. Mo C. and Newton Lemos, good to see all of you. Peter Higgs, I saw Mark Schultz in here earlier. Rebecca, Biblioteca, Heidi Christensen, great to see you. I love all you got. Mark Christmas, yeah, baby. I swear to goodness, I'm going to get some merchandise eventually. Nobody likes me anymore anyway, so it's all good. None of you are going to like me after you see all these cotton picking cartoons I've got going. Heidi Christensen, good to see you. Okay, yes, Mark Schultz, there you are, my man. You're on the list. You're on the list here for being a superhero. We are doing the Avengers theme, and you are not escaping. They have so many cotton picking heroes, women, men, kids, babies, people as small as ants, people as big as the universe. It's incredible. But BYP, yeah, that's me. I'm going to put me in there somewhere. I'll make me Ant-Man. That way I can just hang on to the horn of the dragon. I'm going to put with Sandra Tanner front and center. RFM Bill Real, Mormonish, Landon and Rebecca, John Dehlin, Nuance Ho, Cara Burrow, Gerardo, John Larson, Charlie Harold, Jonathan Streeter, Doug Vincent, Barry Richens, Jeremy Runnels, Sam Young, Nemo the Mormon. Dude, if you're watching tonight, or if someone can tell him, please send me a good picture without those. Otherwise, I'm going to put you in the superhero with your earmuffs on, your speakers, whatever the hell you call these things, headphones. Yeah. Maven, and thank you for that picture, Maven. Oh, I have a fabulous picture of Maven. She is going to flip out, man. Steve from Mormon Book Reviews. C. Binecker just got you done. Mike from LDS Discussion. He's always wearing those things too, man. Lindsay Hanson Park. Natasha Parker. Samantha Shelley. From Zelf on the Shelf. Dan Vogel, you're the man. I saw you in here, Dan. Welcome, Dan. Yeah. They aren't going to use it against us. Who cares what the apologists do anymore? Swanee, Speed Ramsey, good to see you. Marvelous. I'm not trying to skip anybody. Sandra Tanner, of course, Lindsay Hanson Park, Natasha Parker. I did all those guys. Kate Kelly, I have a fabulous picture of her. Jeremy Reynolds, Sam Young, Brent Metcalf. I'll bet you can't guess who I'm going to make Brent Metcalf into, right? Remember, his biceps are bigger than all of ours combined. Tom Murphy, Simon Southerton, H. Michael Marquardt, Mark Schultz, and any others that I'm trying hard to be all inclusive, but it's going to take me a while because I'm only going to show you some of the faces tonight, but I still have superhero bodies to put these guys and gals onto. And Lee Mortensen, good to see you. George Washington, hey Duke, hello. Yes, Kate Kelly, RFM. She was recommended. She's a hero, kind of, isn't she? Okay, here's one that I'm wondering if any of you can recognize. Now, at first, I was trying hard to get it close to perfection, and it's taken me so long. I'm going to be till flipping Christmas if I don't be careful. So I'm doing rough sketches for now. And on this one, you can see that the kind, loving face of this gentleman is to my far left on my screen. And then the middle one was the first one that I drew, colored, painted, whatever you want to call it. I made him pretty cotton picking orange, and it was pretty rough. So the one over on the far side is kind of the smoothed out version. I changed the color up a little. I got rid of so much of the bright and tried like crazy to tone it down a little bit and still make him look as handsome as he really is, which he is. That's one of the most handsome caricatures I've ever done. Now remember, these are going to be caricatures, not exact portraits. So I'm going to emphasize some body parts. I'm going to change up some stuff. I'm going to make you look silly if I can. I'm going to make you look good if I can. And we're going to have a boatload of fun. Wait till you see what I do with all of these bodies of superheroes intertwined, all on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and there's going to be like 40 of us. It's going to blow your flipping mind. So yes, we will print it. Absolutely. Patty Cake. Hey, welcome. Did I say yeah, baby, for Mark Crispin and Patty Cake? Yes, I did. I will say it again just for those guys. So this is John Dehlin. I call him Dehlin. I've heard Dehlin. He's never yelled at me, so I don't know why. It's okay. We know I mean this gentleman here, who is all hail to the chief, the ultimate dispenser of just information. Fantastic Mormon Stories podcasts, incredible discussion with Mike from LDS Discussion. Something like Mad Magazine, Dan Vogel. We're going to have some fun with it. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are superheroes, but there's going to be a lot of real interesting humor, as you're about to see tonight. So, it's Matt Dehlin, but John Dehlin. Well, all right. Radio Free Mormon has it down. So this is good. So this wasn't my very first caricature that I made with the superheroes, but he's just going to be in a prominent place. I'm not going to tell you who I'm making who yet. RFM and I have actually kind of worked through some ideas, so I'm going to be consulting more with the Mormonish group and John Dehlin himself and others, see if I can get some help, just sharing some ideas. I've been looking through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Avengers comic books and characters and stuff this last month, trying to get into the spirit of this thing. And the more I look, the more fun I'm having. I'm telling you, we are going to kick some butt. So that's how this works. So our hero, whom we all owe so much to, I respectfully give you John Dehlin. We're going to have some fun. No offense is intended by any of these. Understand, none of these are the final draft in any manner. I'm just simply giving you the skinny and the rundown. Let's see who's next. Ho, ho, ho! Who do we have here? Well, well, well. Do any of us recognize this handsome young man? I'm just saying, he is a character. We love this guy as a co-host, without question. I was asked why I used an angry face with Gerardo, and my thinking was, and I told Gerardo this when I shared this with him, my thinking is we're going to be superheroes, and so some of us are going to be nonchalant, casual. Others are going to be brilliantly happy and smiling and just delightful. Others of us are going to be tough. We're going to be fighting or else getting ready to fight, etc. So I asked Gerardo, I said, I'm not trying to make you look mad, angry in a way. I love this look. I was trying to capture the essence of Gerardo here with his mouth, because he has that wonderful little angle on his mouth when he gets thoughtful. And I thought, that is so Gerardo. I've got to capture this. So I'm serious. I went through like 2.5 hours of video shots with Gerardo so that I could get this exact look. And then I had to redraw his mouth 5 or 6 times. I was wailing to Rebecca Biblioteca over the messages. I could not get his mouth right, and I was doing it too straight. So it's subtle, but it's there. So that is my dear friend Gerardo. I told him I would change it into a different happy look if he wanted. And he said, oh, no, I like it. And I told him, I said, here's what I was thinking. You are facing an opponent, maybe a Dan Peterson or a Lou Midgley or whoever, one of the apologists, because that's who we are superheroes against. And you are asking yourself, you're pondering, you're wondering in a split second, do I stab this guy or do I just punch him? And that made Gerardo laugh like crazy, and that just made my day. So there's our beloved brother and friend Gerardo. Yeah. Again, just rough sketches, rough drafts. So thank you, George Washington Hayduke. It's a lot of fun, huh? I could do that, Newton Lemos. Give me his name. Yeah. No, he's actually not mad that I drew him, I don't think. I don't know. So anyway, I've shown some people and I haven't shown others, but it's okay. We are just getting started on this anyway, so I am suspecting that my list is going to grow tremendously. And so this is Gerardo. Now, who is next in this fine list? No, I have. Oh, yes. Do any of you recognize this man? I'll give you the hint. The picture on the right gives it away who it is. This is not Bruce R. McConkie. I mean, that caricature tells you who it is, right? Now, the interesting thing is, John Larson here is the first one that I have actually created fully suited for the poster. This is going to be his outfit, right? He is superhero with those mighty fingers, man. So that's the way this works. Now, when John Dehlin graciously got me in touch with John Larson, and I showed it to him, he said it was great work. He really enjoyed it. He's very happy to be on a Superheroes poster eventually, if I can get this thing done. So, and you know, the reason I did this, not to insult anybody or him, and he was not insulted. He said, right on. That's yup. I heard a podcast with him once on Dehlin where he was asked, why are you so crude? Why are you so argumentative? Why are you so angry? You know, you swear and you throw the F-bomb and you know, dang, heck, poop and fart. You know, you throw all these bad, nasty, vicious son of a basket maker out there just swearing like crazy. And you offend so many of us. How come you're so angry? And John said, you guys are misunderstanding me entirely. He said, somebody has to be the voice for the anger of the bullshit that the church has been pulling over our eyes for years. And he said, I'm that voice. There are many, many angry people, and I am speaking for them. I am their voice who cannot publicly describe that they're sick to death of the stupid shaming. We are not as guilty as the church always wants us to imagine we are. We are not lesser than. We are good enough. And we're pissed that you're trying to get us under your thumb and keep us there, and we refuse. And so kudos to my dear friend John Larson for being that voice. It is a necessary part of this incredibly blessed, interesting, frustrating, dynamic process that we're all finding ourselves going through at one time or another. Some of us go through it more than once, so we just don't know. But to John Larson goes the glory of being that voice, and this is his voice. This is his superhero outfit. And so he is the first one. Technically, it's a rough draft, true, but technically speaking, he is the first one that I've completed. And so there is that. So I have not yet, Steve Acosta, I have not yet drawn Richard Nygren. What I am going to do is after I get this Exmo, Progmo, Postmo poster finished, then I'm going to do another poster. And this will be into 2024, I have no doubt, where on the one side, all the way up the side of the paper, there's going to be a whole bunch of us grouped together, reaching out, ready for war. We're coming after you. And on the other side of this poster is going to be all the apologists, the brethren, you know, those guys. And we are going to be just about meeting each other. So I'm looking forward to doing that one too. So I will be doing that one. That's going to take a lot of work to do, but I'm up for it eventually, but one thing at a time. I'm getting warmed up with these caricatures to getting all of us. I will probably end up redrawing everything twice anyway. I'm not quite sure. I did give John here bushy eyebrows. I'm not quite. I think I might have overdone it, but it is a caricature. And so he loved it. And I do too. I think I caught the essence of Larson really good. Don Smith says, I hope I make a calendar. Well, now that's a great idea. I actually might make a calendar. That would be interesting. That might be fun to do. So who is next? Let's see on the next surprise. Ho, ho, ho! Do we recognize this gal? I'll bet $1.50 that most of you know her by her face. We should by now for sure. She's been interviewed absolutely all the way across the board. Some of us have been fortunate enough to be in her bookstore with her and interview her. Others have had her in their studios, etc. So she is a one of a kind, and she will be in the center of the poster. Make no mistake about it. We are all beholden to the Tanners for the amazing decades of dedication that they have done, sharing the missing history, sharing the messed up, changed, whitewash history, straightening things out and showing how the doctrines have evolved and changed, and that God's word apparently is not unchanging and everlasting in any manner. The Tanners have demonstrated that not only with the Joseph Smith translation, the book of Abraham, the book of Moses, the Bible, the Doctrine and Covenants, the church history, the modern day doctrine. They have left no stone unturned, and yet further and further and further things develop. They are absolutely the true pioneers, and so she is going to be front and center, and I am going to have a dragon with her because that is the undefeatable foe, and I'm working on that right now. So, the Tanners need a mini-series. That's idea. Now, Radio Free Mormon, calm down. Yes, Steve, I will. I am trying to get some BYP merchandise. It's a long process. It's a long job. I've got to do it myself, so I will do that. I'm gonna get some coffee cups with yeah, baby. Hopefully with my dumb looking ugly mug looking wacky or whatever, and some t-shirts. Yes, we will do some stuff. I need to get a yeah baby CTR ring, don't I? Yes. All righty. So this is Sandra Tanner. This one's pretty much, well, close to finished. She was just so beautiful. I couldn't stop drawing her, and I kept working on her face and working on her hair and on. This one's pretty close to done, except for the throne that I'm going to put her on. Whoops, I gave it away. She is the queen, and I will be demonstrating that without question in this poster. So, okay, let's see who is next in this lovely lineup of truth and reality in the Supermo poster. Ha ha ha! Our favorite. Now, there is a story with this one that I must share. The one with the very, very tall forehead, I had it twice that high, and my wife said, no, a little bit too much. So I shrunk it down and put this out there, and RFM just blister caked me. He does not like this caricature at all, and I think it's awesome. It's him, but I want to please as many people as I can. Yeah, the man, the legend, there he is. So I did the one on the right where I cut my signature off. I did a reformatted one with a little bit better color. I made his face a little bit more small, squash, you know. I tried to make him happy, and he hates it. So I am not quite sure yet which pose I'm going to do of RFM. I don't have a lot of really good pictures. I am going through videos to find some really good pictures, but we've got some ideas. So that's the way it works. This is going to be a good one eventually. Yeah, I had fun with his hair. I didn't quite do it correct, but it's all right. I did it because there's the man with the brains, and he has nothing to be upset about having that grand forehead, but that's his choice. We'll see later on tonight that there is another person that I put big-headed, but for an entirely different reason. So this is RFM, and there are multiple poses that I'm working on. We need to, we'll coordinate. Like I say, these are all rough drafts. These are kind of warming up, getting me ready and going. RFMs was the very first one I did. So I apologize for that, RFM. I'm getting a little bit better and picking up my skills, and I will get you right. I promise. As a one brother to another. Hey, one brother to another. That's poetic. Woohoo! Yeah, there we go. Yeah, baby. Okay, let's see who is next. Here is somebody that I have never shown any of you before. Do we know who this is? I suspect we do. Now, the fun thing about this one is Kara is so light-skinned in this picture that I just couldn't hardly see anything. So I gave her a terrific suntan. So that's interesting. I did not realize that I gave her that much of a suntan. Like I say, these are rough drafts. And so this is kind of a fun situation for me to get used to working off of video still shots, because that's the easiest way to get a really interesting, different kind of expression than most people do. So there is that part, but I don't know what words she was pronouncing, but her tongue was just touching her teeth, and I've never done a caricature like that before. So it's all right. It worked out good. She is an absolutely lovely lady. I even put the little thing in her ear. I decided, nope, that's her. She's the superhero with that earplug in there. So yes, this is what you'll look like when you get tanned, Kara. Hope you like it. Otherwise, I'm going to put you over winter time. And so thank you, Lee. It's a lot of fun to share them. A lot of fun to talk about them. So this is one of the new ones that I have never shown anyone before. And let's take a look at another one. By the way, Nuance Ho, look her up on, she's all over on the channels, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and all that. She's very popular. She's sassy. She's smart. She's a smart aleck. She takes no guff. She'll backhand you if she has to, etc. Hey, other sheep, good to see you. Fine girl. It's Ryan Holly. Thank you. A lot of fun to do all this stuff. TikTok, yes, TikTok. How could I miss TikTok? RFM's kicking butt on TikTok also. He sends me stuff all the time on TikTok, so check him out too. So anyway, this is Kara, and she has promised to come on my show, but I haven't taken the time to get a hold of her yet. I need to. I apologize, Kara, if you've been waiting, which I doubt. You're way more popular, beautiful, busy, and intelligent than I'll ever be. So the only thing I've got up on you is I can sleep a solid 8 hours a night, whereas you probably toss and turn with all that gorgeous long hair getting in your mouth and stuff. So anyway, this is Nuance Ho, one version of Nuance Ho that I'm really enjoying. I enjoyed doing it. Oh, and then our two favorites, without question. Looky who we've got. This is the Mormonish group. Yes, Rebecca Biblioteca, and she likes, now again, these are rough drafts, but she likes this look, and that's how I'm going to put her on her superhero body. And this is the great Landon Brophy. Look at that guy. I mean, he is massively awesome. I did his teeth better than any other teeth I have ever done. I was so thrilled with the shading, just worked out so good on his teeth. I got Rebecca's eyes decently, and I got Landon's teeth. So, and they've put this up on their website, bless their hearts. That's awful kind of them, but I've got a lot more to do. I am going to do the D&D character of Rebecca. And when I get that done, I'm sure she'll show them. I honestly haven't started Rebecca. I've just still been searching out unicorns and stuff like that. I haven't done anything just yet, but I will. So if you guys play Dungeons and Dragons, once I get Rebecca's caricatures done, or if you want me to try to do one for you, give me a shout, and we'll see what I can drum up. So yeah, those glasses, those rock, don't they? I couldn't help it. The second I saw this, I said, oh yeah, I gotta do her, if for nothing else, her massively gorgeous hair, her beautiful face, her wonderful earring, and those awesome glasses. So yeah. Just stay calm, Doug. That's maybe where she's going to be. So that will work. Okay, so there are the Mormonish couple right there. Let's take a look. Yeah, Landon can break down walls. He breaks down priesthood Mormon walls every time they do a podcast. That's why I love having these guys on our show, on my show, and I love being on theirs. They're pretty spectacular people. So makes you wonder, what kind of weapons am I going to give two very happy people like this? I mean, do happy people fight? Yes. Our happy people fight without question. So I'm thinking, there's got to be a spectacular weapon I can put in each one of their hands, and I will give the hint. I already have the weapons decided, and I have been doing some research on how to draw these, and they are going to be over the top spectacular once I get them on there. Superhero, Rebecca. Hey, that might work. Sharpened pencils. I mean, Rebecca Biblioteca. She's the schoolyard professor, right? She's one of the three professors with Landon and I. So the junkyard professor, the schoolyard professor, and the backyard professor. That'll work. Sharpened pencils. Hey, Rebecca, I may draw you with a pencil, on under your ear, behind your ear. That's the one thing missing. It wasn't in the original photograph, but that'd be fun to draw a pencil. I think I'll do that. I'll draw a pencil in your ear. Like I say, these are rough drafts. So yeah, we can do some improvements. And Landon, I've got plans for you, buddy. Don't even suggest anything. You are gonna be spectacular. So anyway, okay, let's see what else is going on here. I've just about been through, I think. I've been drawing like crazy till I've got blisters on my fingers. Not really, but I'm having so much fun I can't stand it. If I had blisters, it wouldn't bother me. So let's see what else is going on. Here we go. There is my man, Steve Binecker. Now, I went through an entire podcast of his where he had Rebecca Biblioteca on as co-host, and it wasn't until toward the end that he pulled this face, and I froze. I click play, then click pause, then click play, then click pause. So it takes me like 4 hours to get through a podcast to try to find one really good look. And so when he did this, I said, aha, that is something I can work with. So unfortunately, and I noticed this, my wife noticed this, and he has agreed with me. It's a great caricature. I don't like the side of his mouth where that dark part is. Makes him look like his cheek is caved in. I didn't do the shading very good, but his eyes are just a little bit too small for my taste. So I love the look. I'm not going to change the look at all. Yeah, he's got the Spock brow, doesn't he? That is so cool. Yeah. He does look like a Star Trek character. Yep. Steve, who is Steve? He is the proprietor of Mormon Book Reviews, a very good podcast channel. So, yeah, his one ear kind of looks like a Spock ear. I didn't mean to make it look like that, but it kind of does. But it's not meant to. But anyway, yeah, that's my buddy Steve. He is a good man. I will improve the size of his eyes and get rid of that. It almost looks like he has a scar on the side of his face, and I don't really like that. So I will change up some of that shading for him. So there we have it. I do believe. Okay, now we get to some fun stuff as well. Here we have the Brethren. Now, if any of you remember the General Conference where they did the Mormon Hosanna shout, right? They're waving their hankies, saying under their breath, we are not a cult, we are not a cult. And they're shaking their hankies, screaming Hosanna 3 times. The whole crowd. I heard there were people all over the world in their homes watching this, doing it with them, right? Well, the television just very fortunately went to Dehlin Oaks with several others by him, and he could not get coordinated. It was the most funny beeping thing I have ever seen. Oaks could not get with the program. So way up here in this top corner, Dehlin Oaks at the Mormon Hosanna shout, I have him doing the opposite. His foot is forward wrong. And oh, you are so kind. Steve Acosta, bless your heart. That is very kind. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So Dehlin Oaks says, go right, guys, go right. And then to himself, he says, oh, the Brethren look stupid by not syncing with me. You know, Oaks thinks the universe revolves around him, right? And so, and then I did each one of the Brethren. And I mean, I know Elder Holland is not in the first presidency. I get that. But I mean, look at that face of his. That screams caricature. Do a caricature of me. And so I had to. I could not do it. So that's why. And besides, Holland comes up with some pretty dippy, stupid, outrageously phony stories. So he's an easy target. So, oh, hey, look at that. Yeah. But he's such an easy target. Don Smith says that too. There you go. And of course, M. Russell Nelson, without question, his was the absolute funnest single caricature I've ever had to do. That was such a ball. I could not help it. I saw that pose. It was in a church magazine or something. And I said, oh my gosh, I have to do that. So over there on the right side, I've got Oaks. Nelson, and then below him, Oaks. And of course, Oaks has the mouth. There he is. I mean, that is Dehlin Oaks to the hilt. And then Brother Eyring, I figured, you know, Oaks, Eyring can't let Oaks outdo him. So unfortunately, the one error I made here is I do not have a tear coming down Eyring's cheek. And so that's my bad. That is his trademark, is crying at testimony meetings. So anyway, there we go. There are the Brethren, and I am going to be doing a lot of caricatures of a lot of the Brethren. So these are the start part. So there's that. Let's see what else we've got here. Boy, we're moving right along. We're making great progress. Oh, yes. This was a gal who I work with, and I did a caricature, and I don't know where I put it. I can't find it. I did a caricature of my boss in his office, and she saw that, and she just wigged out. She said, could you do a caricature of me? I said, yeah, sure. Give me a funny pose. And that's the pose she gave me. The one on the left there, up in that upper corner. She just burst out laughing, smiling, eyes wide, mouth wide open. Hey, it's me. I'm happy. And so I did her caricature. And then I asked her, I said, what do you like to do? What do you? What do you do? And she said, I love to bow hunt and I love to go jeeping in the mountains. And so I said, okay, that'll be the scene that I do. So that's the one on the right. This is her sitting up through the sunroof. Her bow is almost strung, ready to go, except the squirrels are winding up the bowstring real bad. Her arrows are in disarray. She's about to go off the cliff. She's stuck her foot through the window to try to get some stability. Her Jeep is on fire, and so the raccoon is roasting a marshmallow over the open fire. And she is still laughing, and this was a few years ago. She really, really, really loved this caricature, and this was certainly one of the most enjoyable ones I've ever done for a cartoon. So this was someone I work with. Let's see another item. Here we go, the Apologists. Woohoo! Yeah, baby. I'll give you $1.50 if you can tell me who's over there on the left. Yeah, you know it. I decided to include his picture with this caricature just in case people said, nah, you didn't capture the essence of Dan Peterson. The hell I didn't. I got him right on, man. Now, the crazy thing about this, you guys, yeah, I need to do a caricature of Bednar. I need to do a lot of caricatures of Bednar, and I will. Yeah, he's my next target for sure. He will be far too fun not to. But Dan Peterson actually was offended with this caricature. And it's a caricature. Come on. Give me a break. It's not a portrait, man. So, well, yeah, my cheek's too fat. No, well, no kidding, dude. Go on a diet. Every unique feature on the face, a cartoonist and a caricaturist like myself wants to emphasize. So, of course, it's going to make you look goofier than you already do. Come on, lighten up a little bit. But yeah, he really, I was told he did not like it. So, oh, yeah, I was very happy with that caricature of Dan Peterson. I felt like I got it real good. Now, the one in the middle is someone, and I apologize. I have searched high and low for this photograph of Lou Midgley. I drew him with his little pinky up because he is so hoity-toity online, but in the picture, he doesn't have his pinky up, but that's my stab at him. But yeah, he's, I got him in that rocking chair of his too. That was a fun caricature for me to do. So I know I can do the Apologists. And now the gentleman on the right, that's Dehlin Oaks again. And the reason why I drew him like this is because it was, and I can't remember the occasion, it's been a couple of years ago. He went and talked, he actually put down the LGBTQ students at BYU. And so my headline was, this is Dehlin Oaks to the LGBTQ. Yeah, he says he's an apostle and he loves you. This is what he's really thinking. And so that's my caricature of Dehlin Oaks. And I think I caught him pretty good on that one too. So that's Oaks. Let's see. I've only got a few more of these and then we'll call it a night. We'll see if I can get even to an hour or so. I've got a few more. Oh yeah, we'll get there. Okay, now this one is one of my very favorites. And let me tell you why. This is my daughter, Katie. She is a fantasy author. She is world known. She is very good. She has written 62 books, and she is not even 36 yet. She is very powerful with writing. Her stories sell well. She writes for young adults, fantasy, witches, warlocks, dragons, etc. Dragons are her favorite animals. So this is her with the power of the priesthood. We're just getting ready to get into a war. And I call this I've got your back. But I put the expression on her face because actually that was more like her photo, where she's basically saying, oh, it's all right, Dad, I've got this. And so on the left one, she's just starting the battle while I'm beginning to draw my sword, right? On the right one, she's turned up the power. You can see the little emerald in her walking staff. It's glowing. You can see those 3 jewels on her belt. They're glowing. And look at how much it increases the power. I mean, she is now kicking serious butt. And did you notice the dragon flying in the haze in the sunset? When I showed her that, she really wigged out. She loved that. So, oh, thank you, Landon, for coming on. Yeah, you go to work. It's all good. This is being recorded. So anyway, this is some of my favorite kind of art, is the fantasy art. And I thought, father, daughter, what the heck? What father wouldn't want to go into battle? I mean, I've got some pretty good weapons in my hands. I invented that pike, whatever kind of fish stabbing, gut wrenching tool that is. I'll bet it'd hurt if it goes in very deep. So I'm armed to the teeth, but she's got the priesthood. So, yep. Yeah, patty cake. I'll send you one. So this is one of my fantasy posters with my daughter. The next one is without question my favorite one, and I am thrilled to be able to show this to you because she is still laughing about it to this day. And this is it. This is my daughter. Now she goes jogging out in the mountains and along the trails every day, and her favorite fantasy animal is dragons. So I call this One Fine Morning. And she's out jogging, and all of a sudden, all the dragons come to get her. And so this is her fighting off her foes, her many foes. And she's got that lovely smile on her face. She's stabbing the red dragon right through the mouth. She's got the great big green dragon with a leg lock. He's not getting away from her. And she's got this great big huge, tall, green, double-jawed dragon roped and tied. Notice the detail piece over on the left. It's just got that one fray left. But look at her. She's just calm as a morning, sunny morning, because she knows she can take these guys. Look at that bicep I gave her on that right-hand side. She just laughs like crazy. So that's my very favorite fantasy art piece. That's just a boatload of fun that I did with my daughter, and I gave it to her for her birthday. And by the way, she does have. I'm going to just share this with you real quick. This is her Miss Mabel's School for Girls. Katie Cross is her name. This is book 1 in the network series. She has 4 of them. Antebellum Awakening, The High Priestess' Daughter, and War of the Networks. Then she's got the Isadora Interviews. It's a small kind of intermezzo. And then she has just recently come out with another series of books, The Sister Witches. Every one of these are about 300 pages. My daughter is a world-class author. I'm not just saying that because I'm a biased father. I'm simply stating a fact. The Sister Witches Book 2 and The Sister Witches Book 3. This is one of the side historical branch-offs of her main network series, where she's developing more of the characters because her worldwide audience loves her stuff so much. They want her to keep developing more and more of the characters. This is the main thrust of the series in this text. The first one is the High Priestess. The next one is the Dragon Masters Trilogy, Flame. And The next one is Flight. Proud owning daddy of all of his daughter's books. And Freedom. Excellent Dragon Masters trilogy. She's not done yet. Hold on. She's also got The Lost Magic, Book 1. The Rise of the Demigods, Book 2. Katie Cross, and The Sword Maker. This is the historical collection, she calls it, and I'm not done yet. Hold on. The Forgotten Gods is the network saga. Each one of these, this one, for instance, is 332 glorious pages of fantastic fantasy reading. This is the network saga book 4, War of the Gods. And this is the historical collection book 3 called The Advocate. She has been writing. She was just recently put on PBS on a special NewsHour discussion of her and her incredible talent. She goes to Dragon Con every year. She travels the world over, selling her books, sharing her stories, helping people learn how to read, giving kids heroes in these stories that they too can emulate, because these heroes for these young girls or young boys also have a boatload of self-doubts. They have mountains higher than they can climb, but they climb them anyway. They struggle. They go through pure hell to get the job done. There are witch brews. There are magic potions. There might even be seer stones. You never know what happens in a woman's mind when she's writing fantasy, right? So there are dragons, there are ogres, there are kings, there are queens, there are good guys, there are bad guys, there are those who are indifferent, there are those who make a difference, there are those who fade away, there are those who rise like a meteor like John C. Bennett did in Mormon history and then crash and burn. And then there are those steady boom, 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 like a heartbeat character through all of this. This is absolutely spectacular reading. So that's my daughter. That's why I am so proud and thrilled to be able to do art of her and for her. She is my superhero. That's yes. Are there those who say, yeah, baby, yeah, well, I am. I'm one of them. So let's take a next look. Okay, now this is another gal whom she's not there at work anymore. She has moved on, but she was a fitness freak, and I worked with her. And she asked me also, she saw the other caricature and she just laughed like crazy. And she said, well, unfortunately, if I was going to have a caricature done of me, it would be something boring like in a gym. You can't do a caricature in a gym, can you? And I said, oh, watch me roar, baby. So yes, Ryan Holly. Yeah, Google Katie Cross. That will get you to her materials. So I showed her lifting one finger, this load of weight so heavy that it bent the bar. And then all of these other great, big, fabulous, muscle-bound gurus lifting far less weight. I mean, notice the guy way back there whose eyes are popping out of his brains. But there are 4 very famous, powerful guys in this cartoon as well. Can you find them and name them? They're pretty easy. She was just elated to get this. She couldn't believe her eyes when I got done with it. She said, wow, that is something else. So anyway, that's pretty much all I've got for you tonight. I just wanted to give you a kind of a minor update. This is just the bare beginning. I still have at least 30 more Just Faces, let alone putting them on Avengers Superheroes bodies. Yes, Mark. Stallone, The Rock, Arnold, and Bruce Lee. Very good. Yeah. There we go. You know what Arnold says? Arnold says, I'll be back. But Johann Sebastian said, no, I'll be back. Yeah, that's a Kerryism. Come on. I've got to come up with something unique in life. I'm such a drag and a bore. So anyway, so that is pretty much what's going on. Now every day I'm making some kind of a progress on this poster. Sometimes I can spend 10 minutes. On weekends like this weekend, I can spend quite a few hours. So it is getting worked on. There is progress to be made. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to make it the absolute ultimate poster. And then we're going to war with the Apologists and the Brethren. And their weapons is going to be books. You know, the scriptures, the Book of Mormon, the Joseph Smith translation, the Book of Abraham. I'll have one of them with a roll of papyri or whatever, and Robert Rittner with a samurai sword slicing it in half or whatever. You never know, but we're going to be on one side and they're going to be on the other. That'll be the second poster. So we're having a boatload of fun. Yeah, that was fun. How do I do it, Carrie? One character at a time. Yeah, and in the meantime, while I'm drawing with this hand, I'm trying to read with this hand, see? So I've got my pen here and my book here, and I'm drawing. So I've got to do a multitasking, otherwise I'm never going to get everything done that I want in life. But anyway, okay, you guys, thanks. It's been about an hour. It's been a good hour. It's been a lot of fun. That's the update. This poster is going to become a reality. I will keep you posted on as I make progress. I probably won't show you very much more because I do want you to be able to enjoy the poster and like it and be surprised, although I am going to attempt my very best to absolutely blow your ever-loving minds with the incredible, fun, funny, intense superhero group that we are trying to honor. So you guys have a great Father's Day. It's been fun spending a few minutes with you on Father's Day. I appreciate everything you do for us. Oh, thank you, Swanee Speed Ramsey. That's very, very kind of you. Appreciate that. Okay. Yes, I do animals also, Patty Cake. Yes, I love doing animals. And there will be animals in this poster. Absolutely. And I don't mean us two-legged ones. I mean other ones. So fundamentally. So thank you all for all of your love and support. And I will be back shortly, soon, eventually. And I will keep you guys in the loop on how it goes. In the meantime, remember, be good, do well, have fun, work hard, go to bed early as you can, get your beauty sleep, because I haven't, and you're seeing the results. So there is that.